Grand Rapids has a trash problem, and half of the people sitting in this room probably never even see it. When I say trash problem, a lot of people's minds are going to go towards landfills and recycling and compostable, and how do we sort all these things, and where do we put it? These are huge questions that as a humanity we're all struggling with at this time. So when you say trash problem, so many images come to mind. Not the one that I'm going to talk about, however. Now, what's the difference when you're walking down the street in Cherry Hill area or Baxter neighborhood area? Well, the first thing that you'll notice is along Cherry and Lake, there's quite a few businesses that attract a more upscale energy, such as special events, dining out, meeting up for lunch after church, just a very clean, nice vibe. That's what they're trying to give off. And they do a very good job of it. And a big part of that is, yes, due to the shop owners being able to make sure the streets are clean every night and every morning. But if you're walking around in a residential area, you might be in two completely different worlds based on what residential neighborhood in Grand Rapids you're walking through. Now, that was more of a business neighborhood model for us to kind of look at and understand why certain streets, you just know they're going to be clean. You're not surprised when you step out in front of Brewer Vivant and say, oh, what a nice clean sidewalk. However, there's a lot of people that live surrounded by trash, and it's not their choice. And I'm talking about people that are in lower income neighborhoods. And I know in Grand Rapids that incomes in neighborhoods have been changing wildly over the past couple of years. And I hope that while we grow as a city, we can actually also address some issues that have always been there, such as, where do we put trash? Where do we put trash? Okay, obvious answer, in your trash can. Duh. Okay, you're right. Why am I even up here then? Well, trash, we have to pay for it. I mean, it's great that we have recycling in Grand Rapids and that's free. That's awesome and props. But trash, if you're working paycheck to paycheck, you might just let your trash in your trash can just get full to the point where you want to make the cost of that tip, your trash tip, worth it. So you're not gonna, put your trash out every week, even if it isn't full. So then you've got a lot of trash cans out in your neighborhood, and you're all maybe working class neighborhood. No one's willy-nilly with their trash money, their trash budget. So you have your trash cans out there. Trash cans in every neighborhood randomly get knocked down, but when they're super full, there's all sorts of things that can go flying. And when you walk outside and you see, oh, there's a Snickers bar or wrapper. That'd be great if it was a bar. You pick it up, you walk, you're like, okay, great, there's a trash can, I'll go throw it away. Well, when you're surrounded by trash, you almost don't even see it anymore until somebody comes into your neighborhood, like a neighborhood I've lived in the past, and they say, it looks like it rains trash every morning. Well, it's not because we were a lazy neighborhood, okay? If I were to have even started picking up the trash on my daily walk, I would have handfuls of trash within the first block. And I probably wouldn't even have a public trash can on the street for blocks and blocks and blocks if I ever even did find one. So what we need to do is to work on two things. One, we need to find a way to keep trash prices accessible. Even though $3 might not sound like much to most people, it's the little things that add up. So maybe we can have, send us in your earnings, and the city, maybe you can get some free trash or some free tips, or we'll work on a sliding scale. Also, we need to just get trash cans on the streets, right guys? Like, there's no reason that our city, this great city, and we care so much about being green, and we look towards so many big businesses to work and do things green. Well, you know what? We can just look at people too. And we can also just do the small stuff. We don't have to save the world every day. If you can just put out a trash can and, maybe a trash/recycling public can on the street, then we can all pick up our little bits of trash, take a couple steps, throw it away, and then that way maybe we can all feel like we are living in the same nice city. Even if our houses can't all look the same inside, and even if we all can't afford the nice things, we should all be able to say, hey, you have a nice lawn.